Holland is out on Amazon Prime, new thriller directed by Mimi Cave, whose previous film Fresh I rather enjoyed. This stars Nicole Kidman, Gael Garcia Bernal, and Matthew McFadden. The title comes from the location that the movie takes place in, Holland, Michigan, small idyllic US town with Dutch roots, circa year 2000. Kidman plays a housewife, happily married with a young son. Stable, boring life, stable, boring husband, until one day she begins to suspect that the husband is having an affair. And together with a co-worker of hers, with whom there is clearly some sexual tension from her side, she begins to investigate the husband. So this is unfortunately not a good movie, and I think its main problem is the lack of overall direction and a kind of crisis of identity and indecision in terms of what it really wants to be. So for a large portion of the film, it's clearly trying to thematically be about paranoia, suspicion, and doubt, and how these things can stem from your own experiences, from sort of life that is too boring, too normal, too uneventful. There's a question being asked whether all these suspicions may have a basis in reality, or whether Nancy is simply desperate for an adventure, for something interesting to happen to her, and she sort of projects that onto the husband, which is an interesting theme to tackle, even if here it's a bit slow and unfocused. But then there's a sort of twist reveal in the film which is so significant that it should immediately make the movie pivot and change, kind of like how Parasite halfway through becomes a totally different film. But Holland somehow tries to get back to the same themes as before. It pretends almost that the reveal doesn't completely upend the reality for its characters, that things can keep going pretty much the same as they were before. And I think that doesn't work in the slightest. It's also that the reveal's placement in the film is very awkward. I mean, if it happened earlier, you would have more time to really breathe in the new reality, to play with it, to go harder and crazier. Or if you moved it to the climax and the end of the film, it's a twist ending right there, and instead you can just build the tension beforehand a little bit more. As it is though, it's kind of in between those two possible points in time, and it feels simultaneously too early and too late. I don't know, it just narratively falls flat to me. Performances are fine, I like Matthew McFadden, but yeah, these performances, these acting performances are kind of in a service of a movie that ultimately fails at what it's trying to do, and in fact seems to even be unsure of what that is. So I'm sad to say it's definitely not worth checking out just for the performances, and is generally not worth anyone's time. It's not a good film.